Welcome back to Third Man In. I'm Zack Phillips, and in tonight's live stream, we're going to be watching along game number 44 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season, taking on the Vancouver Canucks here tonight. Pretty excited about this one, not necessarily because of the actual Leafs game or the fact that it's against Vancouver Canucks, but if you follow me across some of the other channels and the other content that I do, specifically the Edgework YouTube channel, daily live show, daily NHL betting, all that kind of stuff, you would know that there's a bet on the line here tonight. Not a financial bet, but a bet of will and a bet to see if I could essentially survive. Myself, my colleague So Money, a resident of Vancouver, a fan of Vancouver, we've made a wager. The loser of tonight's game, that fan will have to do the one chip challenge live on stream. It will not be here on the Third Man In channel, but it will be over on the Edgework channel. So I have that on the line here as well. Obviously, we want to see the Leafs win. But if you're a fan of the Canucks, if you're someone who just likes to see the Leafs fail, if that's what turns you on, if that's what gets you off, that is going on here tonight as well. We do have that in the background. So we'll be watching this Leafs game here tonight. You know what? I see that comment there about from Puck and Stoner about Lafferty goal. That's a great idea. You know what? Even if there's no edge on it, I think that maybe just the idea of going for Sam Lafferty goal here, that might be the play. We'll root for that one here as well. I also have Matthews goal here tonight, so lot of things in play. Let's go Sam Lafferty, anytime goal scorer, plus 500. I'll grab that. A little revenge angle against also, dear God, get it. There we go. But look, the Leafs were 4 consecutive games with losses there, 4 consecutive games with blown leads, and then the game against the Calgary Flames the other day, it's good to have them win that game. I'm not going to dispute that at all. I'm pretty happy with the fact that they do win, but I don't think that it covers up or hides a lot of the issues that still remain with this team. I think the fact that they kind of allowed it to be as close as it was that entire time is a little bit frustrating if you're a Leafs fan. Sorry, I'm just getting this Lafferty bet in here, and it's in. But look, reality is that, hi, So Money. The reality is with this Leafs team, I'm still yet to see that they are a legit team, a legit contender. I think really what we're going to be looking for here, especially in this game against the Canucks team that plays just the right way. They play for their coach. They play with intensity. They're going to bring it from start to finish here. You know damn well that they're going to show up being fired up about playing the Leafs, having to move to 4 o'clock local time on a Saturday to play, to get the Leafs in prime time. Like, this pisses them off. It pisses the fans off. It's going to be a narrative. There's going to be some type of bulletin board material for these guys here in tonight's game. You got to come out and be prepared to go. You got to be prepared to go from the jump. This is not a, hey, we get down by a goal or two here to the Canucks early and we'll find a way to get back in this one, because this is a Canucks team who's not going to allow that to happen. Like, they play smart hockey, tough hockey. They are a great team underneath Rick Tocchet. They play hard for each other. They play hard for him. You got to be ready to go right from the jump. So I will give people here a countdown as well if you're trying to sync up with me. If you're going to spoil stuff in the chat, I don't really care. You guys have at it. It's no problem to me, but I'm just going to let you know where I'm at so that you know. While they're fixing this crack in the ice here, it looks like before the game has even started. So, hot start. Yeah, also, if you're here right now watching the stream, we're trying different things, trying to do some of these watch-alongs, doing also puck drop. We're at 56, 55, 54, 53, off the screen. Trying to do more watch-alongs, post-game stuff, obviously the videos that come out throughout the week as well. So if you do enjoy the content, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. I do appreciate all the support. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers here now. That's the next goal, but try different things. So also, if you guys like the watch-alongs, don't like them, let me know. I know that there were some people who said that they preferred the post-game. I understand that as well, but I think that there's just some different ways to go about this, different ways to do this content. and we'll spend basically the next 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes here together watching this one. So let's buckle in and let's hopefully get him Sam Lafferty anytime goal here. I'm also really interested with all these lineup changes that continue to go on. What a effort by Nylander there too. See, I know that Nylander hasn't had the success points wise since he signed the contract, and that's just very unfortunate timing optically. I think he's been pretty good still. There's been some like lazy moments or some sleepy moments from him, but I still think he's been pretty good here over the last couple of games. It just hasn't really showed up on the scoreboard. So that's something you want to see change here, obviously, but I still don't think it's been as bad as maybe people have been blowing it out of proportion to be. I love these "Go Leafs Go" chants. It happening in the game in Edmonton was also incredible. The chanting back and forth, like that was a playoff atmosphere. The swapping of "Let's go Oilers" to "Go Leafs Go" back and forth every time that there was a break. Mikheyev. Forgot about that guy. This looks like the Canucks are on a power play here. I seen a lot of Leafs fans here as well saying like, "Let's get trade Bertuzzi for Kuzmenko and stuff." Why? Like what? Why? Bertuzzi's the type of player you're dying for when it comes to playoff time. Like that's the type of guy you're talking about every year at the deadline, saying like, "Let's add." There you go. Also, this Canucks goal song, electric. I like it a lot. How does that go in through Jones there? How are you letting that 5-hole? Jones. Also, that's game. Like, let's be honest. It's over. The song is a banger. So money. That's a good goal song. And all, as well, when I was watching a Colorado game the other day, they have the same goal song as the Leafs. Mr. B just sat down and got acquainted with Gio. Yeah, I mean, this is being straight up just domination right here by the like. This has looked like the Canucks have been on the power play. That's pretty funny. Honestly, so money. This crowd sounds pretty sick right now. Good for the Canucks. And Kuzmenko should be in jail for that tape job that he's got going on. I don't care. That's a insane tape job. God. Arnav, what's up? Craig, some of the laziest, worst defending I've seen. That was truly awful. These guys are, it's just soft plays, right? These net front, like, yeah, so money. Why aren't you there? This is perfect game to go to. Nylander, you cannot pull up on that play. I mean, like, you win that puck back. It's turnover now, but you won the battle. You won the race to the puck. This is... I'll be honest, watching this Canucks team is pretty fun. This is a good team. It's like watching the Oilers. Good team as well. And these jerseys, chef's kiss. The helmets, the matte black helmets, primo. Yeah, go right back to the first line. Is that Gio in tight? No, he ain't getting back. Matthews, hit that guy. Hit that guy. You're 6'4" or whatever the hell you are. Like, you got a guy coming out of the zone with his head down. You don't have to murder him, but you can hit him. There you go. Benoit steps up. Oh! McCabe. McCabe has just been leveling people. Yo, what? Oh. This, that's game. I don't know what else to tell you. You're 6 minutes in, and that's game. This Leafs team does not have what it takes to I said you got to come out here. You got to be ready to play from the jump, and you got to be prepared to fuck. Like, how hard is it to start on time? Are you not supposed to be one of the best teams in the NHL? Isn't that who you think you are? Everyone talked about, oh, we got to go out there and we got to make trades at the deadline, and you got to go all in, and you got to push your chips in. Why? Look at this fucking pathetic team that can't figure out that the game starts at 7:00, not 40 minutes in the third period. This is just a fucking sad team, man. Sad team. That's game. Oh my God. I am... This is shambles, guys. It's game. That's game. Like, tell me honestly that this Leafs team has the balls or the ability in them to come back here. Like, do you really believe that against this Canucks team? Like, this Canucks team, you think that they can do that? No shot. That's it. Like, you're gonna have a power play opportunity here, but is this what you are? Are you just power play? Like, yeah, okay, I get you. You can score on these power plays; they're important. You got to take advantage of them. You have them in the playoffs as well. And when they come up, then you gotta do it. But like, just shoot, Willie. You're just shoot the puck. I see a bunch of new people here in the stream, in the chat right now. If you guys are new to the channel, if you're new to the stream, if you're new to myself, we do daily, not daily, we do videos during the week talking about what's going on with the team, some rumors, some news, all that kind of stuff. What's going on here specifically about the Leafs. Anytime there's some other bigger NHL news here as well, we'll try to cover some of that. But mostly Leafs coverage here on this channel. Post-game live streams for the Leafs. Talking about reacting to the games, reacting to what happened, what goes down during these games. And then recently trying to add in here now, I think they're a little bit fun to do some of these watch-alongs. I want to try to get some guests for some of the watch-alongs with people on here. But for now, just me, us hanging out. Good back check by Tavares for a guy who's got no boots. Oh my God, communicate on the zone entry. Like, you get it back, but this is so stupid. You're on the fucking power play. Why? Like, you're supposed to be the most skilled players in the world, and it's like, you can't handle passes, can't put string together plays, can't enter the zone cleanly. Like, why do you struggle so much with this? Overpass, 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 overpass. I don't want to be like old man yelling shoot, but like, shoot. Oh, man. Nylander's got to shoot the puck. Like, shoot the puck. God. This is a nightmare game. Like, I got to eat this chip. If the Leafs lose, the least I could have asked for here is for them to show up. Bertuzzi robs in the slot. It's a good look, good opportunity. No shots on the power play, by the way, is pathetic. Come on. With those guys, you've got that group on the ice and you can't get a shot. Oh, this team. Ring my bell. big win on some. I mean, I shouldn't have said it, but big win on some alts in the NFL there. Ravens win by 10 or more. Ravens win by 11 or more. Oh my God. Oh my God. Zadorov just manhandling. Pettersson, like, you got, and I'm not saying this as a slight in any way, but like, you got Elias Pettersson coming flying in, finishing checks, hitting guys in the corners, and like, what is this? He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. Like, that's buy-in, man. That's just guys being like, I want it more. I want it. I want to win. Oh my God. Like, what are we doing with Pontus Holmberg on your first line left wing? What a Norg, boys. This team, Myers just like throwing Yarncroke into the bench. Oh my God. This is going to result in like brain exploding on camera with this team. And then I'm gonna have to, and I'm gonna crumble when I do this chip challenge. That's a good comment there, Mr. B. Canucks play like Talkit, Leafs play like, well, Keefe. Justin Trudeau, welcome to the chat. Justin says, I'm going to cheer for Edmonton come playoffs. I'm sure Leafs will have a quick early exit in round one. I'm not going to cheer for the Oilers. I'm not one of those like, oh, we got to cheer for the Canadian teams. Garland, goal. Is this team serious? Brody, man. Brody stinks right now. This guy has been so bad this year. I mean, like, this is you cannot have him playing the minutes he is against the guys that he is in these matchups. He's not good enough right now. I don't care what your paycheck is. Just because of what your AAV is or what you were supposed to be does not mean you are still that. So stop playing guys out of their range because of name or contract valuation. Like, play guys based on how good that they're playing. And honestly, I guess part of the problem here as well is on top of that, like, who do you put in that spot? I don't know that you can even play. You can't play McCabe with Brody there or with Riley. You cannot and should not put Giordano in there. That's too much. That's too many minutes. That's way too much exposure for him. That's way too much time on ice. Like, that's just way too much of a workload. You can't put Liljegren. Like, you are, for lack of better words, you are fucked. As a whole, this team defensively isn't that bad. The D-core needs to be improved upon. Benoit is what he is. Like, I like him, but let's not sit there and be like pretending that Benoit is some player that's drastically better than what he actually is. He's not. So be realistic. Set realistic expectations for who he is, what he is, how he plays, the type of player he is. That's fine. You need an upgrade here. And on top of that, you need some fucking balls from the top 6 guys. They just don't have it. They don't have stones. They don't care. They don't hate to lose. Watch the way that this Canucks team is playing right now. Watch the way that they play here against the Leafs tonight. And please, save the pathetic bullshit whining about, oh, every team pretends it's a Stanley Cup when they play the Leafs. Who the fuck cares? Why can't the Leafs play up to the competition as well? Why can't the Leafs take it that seriously when they play against these teams too? Like, seriously, why can you not also try in these games? Like, everyone goes online and is like, oh, they tried so hard. Yeah, no shit. You're in the National Hockey League. You're playing in the best league in the world. You should be trying hard. Like, what, you're going to go online? There's going to be pathetic people online after this game being like, yeah, well, the Canucks tried so hard to beat the Leafs tonight. This is their Stanley Cup. Like, well, who the fuck cares? Because guess what? The Leafs haven't won shit since 1967. We've watched one playoff round win with this team. So what are you on your high horse about? This team is not good enough. They are just not good enough. It's not even... Oh my God. What a stop by Demko. It's not even about, like, skill level on this team. Clearly, they have all the skill in the world. I think Tree Living made the right decisions in bringing in Bertuzzi. Like, last year, Bertuzzi was the guy everyone at the deadline, myself included, was like, we need to go get that guy because that's the type of player. He goes to Boston, extremely successful there in Boston. In the playoffs, extremely successful in the playoffs in Boston. Like, this guy is a playoff performer and the type of guy you want to have on your team. How come it is that when some of these defensemen come to Toronto, when a guy like Bertuzzi comes to Toronto or Domi comes to Toronto, all of a sudden it just doesn't work for them. They just somehow can't play. At some point, you have to think maybe it's culture, character, the locker room, the coaches, the players who already exist here. Maybe it's the environment that they're going into that's pre-existing and predating them that does not allow these guys who are actually intense and want to win hockey games and want to win the playoffs and want to win in Stanley Cup. Maybe these guys aren't able to play here because no one else gives a flying fuck about what happens and the results of the games and the results of the regular season and the results in the playoffs. No one cares. You get your points and you're happy. You can walk away with that. This is just a pathetic group. It just is. We got a super chat here. I think it's gonna super chat there. Jeff McKay. Jeff, thank you. Jeff says, this team can't play D in their own end. That is a Keefe issue. As you said, they don't hate to lose. Look at the buy-in of the Vancouver Canucks. This is not a drastically different team than it was last year. Now, Thatcher Demko is obviously playing like a Vezina caliber goaltender this year, which he didn't last year, and that's a huge difference. But you get all this buy-in from these players underneath Talkit because they want to run through a wall for that guy. I want to run through a wall for him. It's the same thing in Philly with Tortorella. You think that Flyers team is that skilled? Like, you get a guy, Carolina, Brindamore. You get a guy that you want to run through the wall for, you care for, you actually listen to. In some ways, there's a level of intimidation, but it's not necessarily being scared of the guy. It's just like, hey, you're being held liable for your actions. You have a responsibility to your coach, to your teammates, to perform, to be intense, to play hard, to make the right decisions, to play the game the right way. It just feels like there's none of that here. And it starts with Keefe. It starts with how he handles these guys with kids' gloves. Like, nice hit by McCabe. This guy's just hitting everything. Oh, man, this organization. Puck and Stoner Dads, do you think Shanny needs to go as well? He is responsible for a decade of failure. I mean, yeah, I personally had tried to look at it and say like, oh, maybe it was Dubas making these moves or whatever. I was fooling myself. Like, I will own up to it now. I was really fooling myself. He's the president of the team. He obviously has influence over who they get, how they're built, the structure of the team, the atmosphere, the environment. It's genuinely shocking that this is the type of team and character and gutless group that's being put together under him, given who he was as a player, how he played the game. You would think that this is like... You'd think that he sits in his office and watches this team play, or goes to the rink and watches this team play, and sees how spineless this core is, and sits there like shivering because of how stupid some of the plays are and how much they don't care, given who he was and how he played. And yet, year after year after year, they're coming back. The coach is coming back, bought into this vision, like, maybe they do just need a change. Vancouver did it. They're showing some success. This is the other thing, too, with people being like, what's going to change if you fire the coach? Who knows? But do you want to just risk having the exact same thing happen for the remainder of the year? Insanity, man. Like, you're just getting your teeth kicked in right now by this Canucks team. Yeah, they have no pride, Sir Gods. Prideless. Like, Garland's about to fucking Michigan on you here, and you still can't get the puck out of your zone. Sad, lose the puck battle. Bluger to the front of the net. Like, you're a sad, pathetic group. Ah, man. I'm out on this team of, like, you won't make changes. You are just run it back, run it back, run it back. It's not a good team. They're not a good team. They are not a good group. They're not a good team because they've got all the skill. They just don't care. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. It's the cheesiest line of all time, but like, Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and this team does not fucking work hard. This team shows up and thinks that they're going to beat you because they're wearing Maple Leafs jerseys. Frustrating group, truly. Puck and Stoner, I don't think there's a point for this team to buy at the deadline. A lot of people will not admit that team doesn't have it to break the Canadian Cup list drought. I agree. I agree. Moretto, I talked about this with Alex Moretto the other day. Like, when it comes to this team, the only thing you should be doing is firing the coach, bringing someone else in here, and getting a new voice for a couple of reasons. One, you get an opportunity to have the new coach boost, which happens very frequently with teams who are underperforming. Fire a coach, bring in a new guy, because it sends a message to the team of like, you lost this guy his job. No matter how good or bad the coach actually is as a coach, like, we can all debate it for as long as we want. He's clearly a good enough coach here and has this group full of talent to be able to kind of like piece things together, put together wins, have these regular season records. 100%. He's good enough. Is he a great coach? No. So getting rid of the coach, bringing in a new voice, that's first and foremost. And doing that will like open things up for you to be in a position where you can kind of get that little boost, that little bump of like, all right, maybe you can get a spark, some life out of this team moving forward. And then the other thing that it does is that if that's going to be your guy moving forward, if that's going to be your coach, then he can take the remainder of this season to learn who they are in the regular season over a sample size of 35 to 40 games here to close out the rest of the year, 30 to 40 games. Watch how they operate. Watch how they are in the room. He can kind of take note of all of that. What's wrong with this team? What needs to be changed? What needs to be fixed here? Like all that kind of stuff. That he can start to evaluate some of those things internally rather than being brought in the summer and then having to deal with it then. The other thing here is that there's no sense in making trades at the deadline for this team because they don't deserve it. They have proven to not be any different than what they've been in the past few years. They are mentality-wise, identity-wise, character-wise, the exact same team as the past few years. So why go out there and spend assets, spend picks, and prospects in order to bring guys in to try to improve on this team when ultimately we know what the result's going to be? Look at the Florida Panthers last year, where they were in the season, and what their decisions were at the deadline. They effectively said, you guys have not been good enough this season to warrant trades here at the deadline. We made our moves in the offseason. We brought in Matthew Tkachuk. We brought in like these young goalies. We brought in new defensemen. We've changed the team in the offseason. Now it's up to you to play to your potential. And you haven't to this point. You haven't been good enough. So are you going to step up here now? Because we're not going to make the moves for you. You go out there, you're on your own. We are not going to ruin our future, ruin our draft picks to effectively bring in other guys here who aren't going to be able to change the dynamic of this group that much and are going to go into the playoffs and lose immediately. I think you got to do what Florida did last year. You let the group go in and figure it out themselves. And then yeah, you got to bring in a coach. We do have another super chat here. Another super chat from Jeff McKay. Jeff says, thank you for the super chat as well. Jeff says, don't worry, everyone. Marner's not listening to the noise or is mad when everything is going wrong. I mean, yeah, it's funny, Jeff. I mean, look, that comment also that comment made it very clear that comment made it so clear that they listen, they know, and are very aware of what's happening outside the walls. Like, they are abundantly, he made it abundantly clear. They know exactly what's happening. That was an insane comment by him. If you guys are new to the channel right now, I see a lot of new people hopping in here. This is the most we've had for one of the watch-alongs right now, so we appreciate all the new people joining in, people watching the stream right now. I do thank you for the support. I thank you for showing up. But if you haven't already, please hit the like button on the stream here. Half the people watching have not subscribed to the channel. When I watch these, look at the analytics, 60% of the viewers have not subscribed to the channel. And we're less than half of the viewers right now who have hit the like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel. We do appreciate the support. Our man Perry is fine because he's a free agent. You can bring him in and basically say, like, you can basically bring him in and say, like, all right, look, fix this culture. You go in that room and tell us what's wrong with these guys, because Perry's being a guy who won the Stanley Cup. Perry's a guy who's had some playoff success. He's had some international success. He's been to Stanley Cups. He's part of that Tampa Bay team, was part of their identity, their culture there. He was a guy that everyone hated to play against. And you're not spending assets other than money, which who cares? MLSE's got all of it in the world. They can spend whatever the hell they want. If you want to bring in somebody, then that's fine. Bring in Corey Perry. He's a UFA, and let it be from there. Other than that, like, do not go out and acquire people. That would be a complete waste of assets, and it's basically rewarding a team that doesn't deserve it. Like, you going out and making trades like that to try to help this team or pump things up for this team and put them a little bit. Ron McLean's fit is driving me mental every time I look at it. I've been trying to look away, and it's tripping me out. You're rewarding a team that's not good enough and has not played good enough to warrant adding to this team. This is a frustrating group. I'm not going to lie to you. Cole Caulfield. I'm going to be hearing about this from Moretto. I'm going to be eating chips because it's so money. I'm going to hate my life for the next week. Watching Cole Caulfield over and over again. Where is this Hockey Night in Canada? Hockey Day in Canada. This fight montage is hilarious. What is going on? Is that BX in the back? Yeah, it is. The camera getting hit. Also hilarious. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Will Arnett, Justin Bieber. Oh yeah, Will Arnett is a Leafs fan. I forgot about that. Tate McRae. Nice. Yo, what? Michael Bublé with the Hughes team. What a lineup. This is all these guys. This is what Matthews cares about. He's just trying to get to the All-Star weekend. Not because of Bieber either. Christ. Hit that like button while you guys are here. I appreciate all the support. Man, I don't even know what to say about what to expect in the second period or what's gonna happen here. Like, our man Domi and Nyes all being awful. Disagree. It is what it is. Oh my god. Here's what I'll say, but this was gonna happen in the second period. Also, I did not know that this was so like this material here. Nice. These are sick jerseys. This one's got the fight strap too. I'm gonna wear this to the bar and put the fight strap on in the bar and then try to fight people. There's gonna be a ton of MMA fans out in the streets tonight in Toronto. Don't want to fight those guys. Number one rule there, guys. Also, people you don't want to fuck with, cauliflower ear guy. That's the number one person you do not mess with. You see a guy start giving you shit, and you take a peek and he's got cauliflower ear. No. Like, pull shoot, back out, apologize, my bad, I'm out of here. That's not the guy you're trying to mess with in the bar or in public. Just, nowadays, you never really know what's going on in people anyways, but that's like number one. Don't do it. Get the hell away. What are some top, like, guy not to fuck with guys? What are some top don't? Cracked screen girl, that's usually one. Don't mess with them. Phone cracked the screen. Careful. Just caution. Proceed with caution. That's all. That's a prediction right there from Real. 2 weeks max, and the Habs will be ahead of us. Let's take a look at the standings here, why don't we? God, I don't think so. Leafs will lose this game here tonight, not get any points. The Habs are 7 back, but they are losing to Boston 3-2 in the first period as well. So can't imagine they get 2. Maybe they get 1 there. Huck and Stoner Dads. That's a good one. If she is named after a season, peace out. Summer, autumn. Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. In terms of what the Leafs need, guys, they don't need to go and add anything. Like, yeah, obviously you need D. That's been something they've needed for what, 12, 15 years now. But like, you need heart and character from top guys. Like, you have too much of the same. Like, I think that when it comes to this Leafs team and it comes to the stars that they have here, like, maybe I'm not going to be as hard on Matthews because it's like this guy also is on pace for 71 goals. Like, the one thing that was circulating the other day was Phil Kessel. When he was in Toronto, we all loved his scoring ability, and we were just happy with the fact that he was able to score goals or score at a high pace or whatever. His career high in Toronto was 37, and that's not a knock. Like, 37 is a good amount of goals. Matthews has 37 goals in 42 games. Like, you know how insane that is? You know how insane it is that he's 37 and 42? Like, goal scoring is the most important thing. And we saw it in the game against Calgary the other night. Like, Matthews basically was just like, no, like, we're not losing this game. Like, I just cannot have this happen. And he just took over. He has not been that good here tonight, point blank. But, like, that's not a guy you get rid of. You just need other pieces on your team. Like, look at Vancouver and Pettersson, his point projections, how good he's been this year, that kind of stuff. Boeser. And then you add JT Miller. Like, the psycho, flip the switch, drag you into the fight, never going to back down, never going to be out of it from a, like, effort standpoint. Holy hit that was by Myers. Never going to be out of it from an effort standpoint. And a guy who can also just go snap show on your own team. It keeps guys accountable. It just does. Why does Myers wear his visor like that? At least get the line at the top connected. Okay, second period about to be underway here. Puck dropped. 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. There you go. That's where I'm at. Second period underway. Taking a wrist shot at your own bench to start. Nice. So Money is ignoring my... Yarn Croak with Matthews and Marner. Oh my God. This is a disaster. Mr. B says, Zach, stay off the salts tonight. Leafs not worth it. Mr. B, the Leafs are not worth it, but it's never about the Leafs. It's about the stream and you guys in the chat, and you guys are worth it. So if you hit 50 likes, we do the salts. It's not about the Leafs. It's about you guys in the chat. You guys are worth it. So I will do them at 50. Don't worry. Oh my god. The frustrating thing I think right now with this team and what's going on is like the reality is that as the regular season goes on, the only thing that we're going to look for and care about is you don't care about the regular season. It's what happens in the playoffs. Except that when your regular season is this bad, it's this pathetic, it's this lackluster and without effort, without care, without pride, then you start to reach a point where it's like, yeah, as excited as you are and as much as it's about playoffs, you get this sour taste in your mouth to basically like be able to look in the crystal ball and say, this team cannot win. So it doesn't matter about the changes. And my only expectation for them right now is like, can you do what Florida did? Like, no trades at the deadline. Rock with this group. See what you've got here. And that's it. I think the only way you make moves is expiring contracts, get them out. What can you get back for them? Like, you're not obviously like punting and just saying we're not gonna try, but like, can you get good pieces back or decent pieces back for guys on expiring contracts that another team might want or need? Like, would someone look at TJ Brody and say like, we could take that guy on for this year and we think he might fit in with us? Benoit, you probably should have grabbed that. We think he could fit in with us on this team or whatever. Then maybe at that point you make that trade and you get TJ Brody out and you bring a guy in. Can Giordano be on his way out? Like, does someone look at him and see some type of value or ability to make an impact on the game? Yeah, Mr. B, I'm not trying to compare them like team-wise. I'm talking about also McCabe just running Roenick into the net. I'm talking about like what they did, and then they turned it on in the playoffs, kind of thing. Like you crawled into the playoffs, you didn't make any moves at the deadline, and then you go on a run, and you go to the cup final. Now they have balls, the Leafs don't. Ooh. Oh man. Sir God's Geo will retire. Paulette Longstaff staff. It's all about the players. They are soft. Agreed. Oh, man. Tavares just gets bullied off the puck there. Who is that in front for the Canucks? Oh, that's good. Dakota Joshua drafted by the Leafs. Enjoyable. Nylander drive to the net. There you go. Who is that? Tavares throws a hit on Myers. How did he... How... How did Nylander... Good pass by Riley. What the... This guy shot a wrist shot from the outside the circle. Oh, Myers just screens him, I think, there. Good shot. Perfect shot. Perfect placement, at least. And Nylander's good, man. I don't... He's the guy who also shows up in the playoffs. Yeah, no. Myers took Craig. I don't know. Like, I get it, but Myers also completely screens Demko there. That's the entire lane. Well, can you build off of this? I don't think so, but we'll see. Good hustle, Nyes on the forecheck there. Heads up. Get out there, Gregor. Block. That was scary. What do you get in there, Holmberg? Oh, my pass is a little fucked. He's back with this Marner Matthews line again. See, what is going on with this like blender? Like, you start the very beginning of the game or a period with Yarncroke on that line, and then now you're back to Holmberg here 7 minutes in. Like, what was the change, Marner? What is that soft-ass play at the blue line? Make the play. Maybe look before you fucking pass, you nit. Like, 10.93 million for fucking no look, backhand, soft shithole passes in the offensive zone. Fuck. Oh my god. And then he just does that. Just thread the needle to McCabe, and McCabe driving hard. 3-2. Like this guy, yeah, Acuna, he made it up. He did make it up there. I credit where credit's due. Nasty pass. But like, again, Vancouver has an opportunity ahead of that. You kind of get lucky there. Oh, man. Puck and Stoner Dads can't wait for a comeback to actually blow a lead. Leafs go up 4-3. Canucks win. Canucks win 6-4. Canucks exact score 6-4. Let's see what that is on FanDuel if I can get it live. What do we think the odds are on that? Let's see. Correct score. Whose parents are in? Whose parents are this? Oh, Martin Jones. I just want an exact score bet. Also, hit the like button here, guys, on the stream. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Show some support. Let's get to 50 likes here. I want to see 50 likes. So money's gonna kill me. I tweeted at him congratulations when they're up 3-0. There's no way. There is no way. Dude. Bill Nye. I think I gotta go backwards. Yeah, that hits Susie's. They need a timeout. This team just solely rely on just one of, like, Matthews has felt invisible here tonight. Now, I mean, watch, he's going to do something disgusting and score here. He's going to Michigan on everyone's head. But, like, oh, Matthews, turnover, Hughes. Yarncroke back out with these guys. What is Keefe doing? I just don't understand. Holmberg, Yarncroke, Holmberg, Yarncroke, Holmberg, Yarncroke. Fucking pick a Swede. Boom. Here we go, Domi. Matthews set up the second. Matthews hasn't been that great tonight. I'm Marner's the one on the second. The Leafs are going to go up 4-3 and lose 6-4. I'm telling you right now. They're going to lose in regulation. I need to go to a chiropractor, man. My neck and my back is in shambles. Brody on your third pair. Good. He's not good right now. Good battle, McMahon. Mikheyev goal. That would have been a good one. Is Lafferty even playing right now? I have not noticed this guy. I fucking bet Lafferty goal. Yeah, JW CBD oil. So money. I'm not happy anymore. Yeah, so money. I don't think you were here for it, but I said you were going to kill me after I tweeted at you. I didn't even mean it as a jinx to you. I more meant it as I was waving the white flag myself, calling it game. It was a good pass by McCabe. Marner, little dipsy-doo, diddly-dee. Oh my god. Fuck. Craig, there's a Canucks fan in the chat right now. Attaboy Holmberg. You knew what you were doing. I don't want to eat that chip, so money. This is the Will Nye game. He said, you losers. How is this no goal? You get hit in by the Canucks player. How is this no goal? Also, Tavares, do you have any stones at all? Like, Riley is the captain of this team. Morgan Riley's the captain of this team. John Tavares is not the captain. When it first happened, for those of you who know Goody was pretty pissed off that Tavares was named the captain and not Riley or Matthews. John Tavares is the most vanilla leader. This guy is leaking right now. That's not a cut, man. That's leaking. Oh, he's kicked it. Yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, he kicked it. He kicked it. Okay, we're good. Kicked it. But guy jumps for Tuesday. Morgan Riley, first guy in there. Tavares is just little limp wrist, hold the guy's jersey in the slot. Like, fuck off. Throw someone around. Yeah, Bert did kick it in. Upon further review, correct. No, he definitely kicked that thing in. JC, is your game on a delay for a reason, or is it just being shown that way? I think that there's probably a slight delay in mine because I have I'm on a stream, not cable, and B, there's probably a slight delay from my stream and my broadcasting software to YouTube that you guys are watching. So there's probably like a delay on that. I would think that's where you guys are missing it. That's why I'm trying to give you guys a countdown of where I'm at. I can reset it here as well and let you guys know exactly what time it is if you wanted to. That's 100% a kick, yeah. No, it's fully a... Oh, look at Bertuzzi's mouth. How are you not getting 4 minutes? The guy is gushing blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. Not enough blood for a 4-minute penalty. Yes, seriously. For those of you watching right now, hit that like button, please. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Show some support. Show some love. Do appreciate it. What is Gio doing on the PP? That's a incredible question. You had a TV timeout and you can't get Morgan Riley out there with them? Like, what are we talking about? Oh, Riley got a coincidental for the roughing. Okay, regardless, like, Liljegren can't go. I didn't even realize that they put Riley in there. What's the point? Like, don't give either of them a penalty. Who cares? Like, let's play hockey. Let the kids play. Gio. Hi. Zone entries on the PP. These guys are the worst. Possess the puck in the zone. Like, you have an extra guy on the ice. Yet they can't seem to figure out then you win a draw, and you fire a piss missile past your defenseman. Also, by the way, for those wondering, in terms of my time, I will give you a countdown here. I'm at 6 minutes, 34 seconds, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. Okay, that's where I'm at, just so you guys know. Now, mind you, oh my God, this isn't even about the Canucks power play or penalty kill being good. Like, yeah, it is, obviously, but like, the zone entry is so pathetic. Every time you skate up the ice, you're just wasting 30 seconds because it's slow. There's no urgency to get in there, to get set up, to get things going on. Like, you're so slow and behind the play. It's just killing time. And then by the time you are getting into the zone, you're getting in choppy and basically just giving it to Vancouver right away because you got to chip it in the zone because you're coming in just walking. Nylander is going to get like 7 goals tonight. Bill Nye. Will Nye. Craig Harrison. The crazy thing is this team is top 10% power play percentage every year. How? Because they have so much skill that when you have that much skill and you go out on the ice with one more guy than the other team has enough, you are bound to score goals at some point. Like, you are just straight up going to outskill the other team or just be able to score sheerly out of the fact that you have that much talent and firepower and one more guy than the other team. I think that their setup in the offensive zone is probably fine, but it's just the zone entry drives me nuts. Oh. When I go like this and I've got the white up there on my neck, the white t-shirt from underneath, and the Leafs jersey, I feel like Simone Benoit. That's the only thing, like, the neck. What was I supposed to? I guess I could have worn a hoodie, but, like, I'm a psychopath. I would have sweat on the stream. I'm just going to be losing fucking weight on here. White t-shirt, bad call. But that being said, you want to talk about passion. Leafs forever. Leafs shirts. Leafs hat. Leafs underwear. No, I'm not wearing Leafs underwear, but the passion. Yeah, sorry, Mr. B. I'm trying not to. I realize that when I do these streams, especially at night, the environment in which I'm doing them in, I don't know how those streamers do it for like 12 hours a day, all day, because like having the screens in front and the lights off and just like some of these other bright lights on that are here, it's like it's a tiring thing on your brain, just the way everything is set up. Also, like, Tavares just getting the shit kicked out of him in front of the net here. Like, Get up and fucking push back. It's insane. We're going to hold that in. Liljegren. Oh my God. Oh, Matthews. Look at Matthews up top. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot that thing one timer there. Okay. Pontus Holmberg. I do think he's a good player. I think he deserves a spot here in this lineup, in the NHL especially. Not on the first line. This guy is not skilled enough to be on this first line, I don't think. Like, you can't, like, get Matthew Nyes back there, please. He's a first line player. Hey. All right, do we think that this Leafs team, how do we think that this period ends? Jeez. Craig Harrison, why can't they give us this effort every game? Craig, they only gave us this effort in this period. The first period was rather pathetic. So, like, they do give this effort every game. They just give it for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe 40 some nights. Like, oh. Mr. B, Leafs score and we go into third 4-3. I could see that. Leafs score with like a minute and a half or a minute left. Go into the third 4-3. Van ties the game 2 minutes in. Takes the lead with like 2 minutes left. And then empty netter. Game. Like here, Willie just, turnover. Never mind. How does Brody get boxed out there like that? Like, how does this guy just lose positioning to that guy, not be able to fight inside, not be able to box out, and also makes such a soft play on his stick? And Nylander gets pressured in the corner, loses the puck. That's on him. He's got to have better puck protection in possession in his own zone there, especially in the corner. But he gets caught, and then there's two Canucks down low, and then it's like, okay, well, if there's two Canucks down low, there's obviously over coverage for the Leafs above the goal line, and then it's like, nope, there's just guys open. I love Jake McCabe. God. No, Zadorov went for more than that, but, like, third round pick and a fifth. Well, there you go. Matthews, grab the guy and fucking punch him, man. Matthews has got to. I mean, I don't mind him going in there, but, like, you probably don't want him fighting Dakota Joshua, but, like, oh. Yeah, Martin Jones, Pumpkin. Oh, this is this team, and Martin Jones has also played, like, every game over the last, like, month. They just won't put. They won't put. They're terrified to put Samsonov in the net, so they're holding off as much as possible. You won't put Hildeby in, so he can't go in. You're praying to God that Joseph Woll is able to come back soon. You try not to rush him, but you're hoping he's going to be able to go. Like, Jones is being in net. So much for an older guy who was in the AHL to start this season. What a team, man. What a team. I don't understand our men. I don't really get like the disdain towards Nyes and Domi right now. They haven't been the best, but like saying to put them in the press box or whatever, I don't get that. Um I don't know. Look, you need this team. I don't even know what to say to you guys. I'll be really honest. I will be point blank. I obviously don't want this Leafs team to lose. I would much rather see wins. I want to see a good team on the ice. I want to see playoffs. I want to see Stanley Cups. I want to see competing. I want to see contending for the cup. Like I want to see all of that. What I don't want to see is a team that I know, you know, we all know, the media knows, analysts, experts, everyone knows that this team is not that good. I don't want to see these fraudulent wins that like wake people up who sit online and are like, oh, this team's so good, this team's so good. And it's like, no. This is the same team that we've had for the last 7-8 years that we were all led to believe was a really good team and then proved in the playoffs that we were wrong. They weren't a great team. They just weren't. So why is it like I just can't get to a point here to be like, oh, I want this team to come back here tonight. Like, I don't want to see losses, but we need to see a point here where it just, there is no return. Like, you get to that point where you have to make something happen. You have to make a change. You have to make a decision. You need to reach the tipping point where it's no longer acceptable to just be this middle of the pack team that you're expecting for something to tip over. Look at how the Oilers started this season. It was terrible. It was a terrible start to the season for them. They were worse than like San Jose. They lost to San Jose. I think my colleagues have thought, people online have thought, Jay Woodcroft is a good coach. That was not the fault of the team or the coach in terms of what was happening on the ice. That was on the team. And yet, somehow, magically, they get this little bump. You take Woodcroft, you replace him with Knobloch, and suddenly the team gets a bump. Suddenly the team turns around. It's like, you think that this team is drastically different under Knobloch than they were under Woodcroft? You think they're that much better now? No. But Edmonton said, we can't have this happen. We can't make massive trades. We just have to make something change here. We need a new voice, a new atmosphere, a new character, a new identity in that locker room. We need someone else to get some message across. It could be the same message. It's just delivered differently. Knobloch comes in there and turns things around. This Leafs team has been hearing the same things the same way from Sheldon Keefe for 4 years. Part of the problem is, and I've seen people talking about it online, I've listened to it on podcasts where you're saying like, okay, let's say Tavares goes out there and he fights somebody. Is that actually going to galvanize the team? Is that actually going to fire them up? Are they going to get to a point where they say like, oh, that's our fearless leader, we're all behind him? Or are they going to look at him and think he's just putting on a show, he's just doing this is out of character? Because Keefe, finally now, 5 years into his tenure here in Toronto, has taken it upon himself to call guys out in the media, sit players, sit Tavares, sit your captain, sit your high-paid players, and send messages, whatever the fuck he wants to call those. Are they looking at him and just being like, dude, you're just being called out by Steve Simmons in the Toronto Sun, So, or whatever the hell he writes for. And so you felt like you had to do this? Like, is that what they're thinking whenever he does this and they don't take him seriously? Because everyone online talks about how soft he is, how much he's pushed around and bullied by Marner. Like, is this reactionary or does he believe it? So it's time to change things up here a little bit. Get a new voice. So basically what I'm getting at here is I want the Leafs to win. I want to see Stanley Cups. I don't want to continue to be the laughingstock of the league, especially when you're looking at star players like Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Riley, if you want to throw them in there, on this team here. That being said, I don't want to go through 4-game losing streaks, win 1 game, win 2 games, then everyone's like, we're back. Because guess what? There's probably another decent losing streak coming. Do you want to get there, Ken? Thoughts on Elliot Friedman's fit? What the hell is he wearing? How do you wear a fucking puffer jacket under a pea coat, Elliot? At least you're outside. Some guy on TSN last night doing the top 10 plays or whatever the hell it was wearing a purple puffer jacket. A purple puffer jacket under a suit jacket on the TSN set inside. At least Elliot's outside. But also, that cannot be the style. That just cannot acceptably be the style. That's atrocious. That's an atrocious fit. We need some... Whoever the clothing designer is on this, fired. Fired. Can't do it. That's brutal. We did have a super chat here. I don't want to miss that. CD Corn, thank you for the super chat. CD says, might drown myself in chicken noodle tonight. Stay tuned. I mean, don't. TML, Friedman wears the worst clothes and he can't tie a tie. He can't tie a tie might be like the sneakiest jab of a guy ever. He can't tie a tie. Like, that's a grown man on TV, and you're just calling out his tying ability. Big fat knots are out. What a statement, TML. Big fat knots are out. Okay. Also, CD Corn. Drown yourself in chicken noodle? I hope not. I might drown myself in vodka sodas. Not chicken noodle. Might need some chicken noodle tomorrow. Craig Harrison, Hyman is worth more than his contract, and Bert is worth about half of his contract. Let's pump the brakes on that. Hyman might be worth a little bit more than his contract, sure. He's performing above what his number is right now, that's fine. But also to say Bert is worth about half of his contract, I would disagree with that. He's been snake bitten, and I also think that Sheldon Keefe is a dunce. It seems like anybody who comes to this team just like somehow magically can't fit in here and can't be like these tough players that are able to make an impact on this Leafs lineup. And then it's like, well, there kind of has been like one common denominator in all of this, and that would be Sheldon Keefe. Or if you don't want to look at that, you could also mix in the fact that Craig. I know he's got 1 goal in the last 21 games. Watch what he does elsewhere. the forecheck, getting in scrums, pissing guys off, being a little shit disturber around, winning corner battles. He does other things that are very valuable. It's like, why does everyone here in Toronto, want, like, it's like our third, this is the problem with Toronto fans, probably everywhere, but we see it here all the time. And this is where it drives me up the fucking wall. Everyone looks at these guys and just always wants the players to be something they're not. What I mean by that is, like, with your star players, yes, we want Marner and Nylander, Tavares, and Matthews to have some balls and physicality and all that stuff in their game. They're not going to. You're probably going to have to go externally to get that. But, like, when it comes... Marner sleeps with his socks on. When it comes to the players that are brought into this team, this is how everyone acts. The third line needs to score more. We need more scorers on this third line. We need more playmakers on this third line. So then the third line gets loaded up with goal scorers and speed and skill and playmaking, and all of a sudden, everyone says, how do you win with that? We need grit and feistiness and battle on that third line. And then they go and they get grit and feistiness and battle, and they bring them into this team, and people go, how do you win with that? You need skill and scoring. Your third line can't score. Your fourth line can't score. At some point, shut the fuck up. Like, you need a well-rounded team. You cannot have a full team of everyone scoring goals all the time. Like, Bertuzzi's impact on a game has not ever been point production. The impact that he makes in a game-to-game basis, regular season, playoffs, all that kind of stuff, his impact on the game comes from stuff away from the puck. It comes from net front battles. It comes from screens. It comes from winning corner battles. It comes from finishing checks, forechecking. It comes from not giving up and blocking shots. This is the kind of guy all of us are drooling over come playoff time. If we were to go up and play against a Tyler Bertuzzi in the playoffs, everyone would be sitting there going, why can't we have that on our team? Well, now we do have it on our team. You guys are ungrateful as fuck watching this guy out there. Like, just so ungrateful for everything he does. He's not here to score goals and play make. 100% he's snake bitten, and it sucks. He should probably have some more goals right now. He doesn't. But the other things that he's got in his game need to be appreciated, because that's the stuff we're going to be looking at when it matters the most, and being like, well, let's assume they don't trade him. We're going to say, thank God we have that on our team. And when we do trade him, like people, or if we do trade him, like people want him to be traded at this deadline, they're going to be looking at him on whatever team he goes to and saying, oh, why couldn't he do that there? Why can't we have that type of player on our team? Well, here's the answer. Sheldon Keefe cuts his balls off here in Toronto. Seems like he can't find a way to use him. And the other guys that he's playing with on this in this lineup are pussies. Like, to be blunt with it. They just are. So he's playing with these guys who just don't give a fuck. Think about when he's in Detroit, playing with, like, Larkin and those guys. They care. They've got balls. They want to win. He's fine with them. Goes to Boston. They care. They've got balls. He's fine with them. Toronto, gutless cowards with no fucking spines. And suddenly he forgets how to play hockey. I think at some point you become a product of your environment. Just, the team is just not very good when it comes to, like, playoff Stanley Cup caliber standards. They're just not. I'm dealing with these Canucks fans in a group chat right now. I'm going to be taking so much heat online, and I'm going to throw up all over myself doing this goddamn One chip challenge. Quickly, I saw a couple questions here. So first and foremost, Phenom asking my thoughts on Patrick Waugh. I mean, thoughts on that is going to be fun as hell to watch the dynamic between Waugh and Lou Lamoriello, because that's conflicting styles in terms of Waugh being outspoken and loud and noisy and in the media and over the top and having his own character, and Lou being like, shut it down, don't talk about anything, don't let anyone know anything that's going on, no personality, team first, logo on the front. That's going to be fun. The helicopter cam angle that they just showed on TV was bobbling everywhere. But then in terms of Waugh in the systems, I don't really know. I can't really speak to that. He was with Colorado when they were like one of the historically worst teams in NHL history. But I think that like attitude-wise and what he might be able to get out of these guys, it might be something exciting. It might be something that's like, you're going to get some jump. You're going to get some juice out of them where you might not have under Lane Lambert. You just might get a little bit of extra energy, that coach's bump, and maybe he scares the hell out of the guys. And the other question Meg was asking, I'll answer it here as we get ready to go. There's Lafferty. As we go into the third period, thoughts on the game? Third period started, by the way, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, off the screen. Thoughts on the game so far? Terrible first period. Terrible first period. Significantly better second period. You pretty much dominated the Canucks in that second. Some massive mental lapses that have taken place. You limited a lot of opportunities, though. But then when those opportunities did come up for Vancouver, they felt pretty dangerous. Obviously, a complete crumble at the very end by Brody that allows them to... Matthews, just check the guy, dude. That allows them to score and take lead here, but it's just inconsistency. You got dominated for 20. You dominated for 20. It feels like the Matthews-Marner line has been there. There was an incredible play by Marner to get the puck across to McCabe, driving the net for the second goal. Just off. Oh. I don't know. Predictions? 6-3 Vancouver, it's probably pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if the Leafs tied it 4-4 and then they lose 6-4. That would make sense. See, the thing is, everyone's going to have the same takeaway. Well, they played pretty well. They kept it close to Vancouver, one of the best teams in the league, even if they lose. It's like, well, yeah, but they've lost 5 of their last 6. And they're going to lose this one in regulation as well. Just give me a Sam Lafferty goal. That's all I want. Don't be buried. And again, nope. Zadorov is a menace to society. Domi punching up at his head there. You gotta be careful of that. This tape job by Kuzmenko is, oh my god. That was fucking disgusting. That tape job is criminal. That was gross, though. He's fine. He can leave that tape job if that's how he plays. Vancouver is just... Oh my god, is Kuzmenko out of his mind? Brody! Kuzmenko kid is disgusting. Yeah, Mr. B, 100% he read them the riot act. I think I might go Vancouver -1.5 live if I can find it good enough. Nope. Would not play at -110. Actually, probably would play at -110. Marner B-Way. This team, man. Marner block. Steal from the Brock Star. Good shit.
Having the time of his life.
Good one, Randy. Good one.
Marner's been pretty good the last week and a half. I will admit that. I don't think he's back to where he was before. I still don't love the contract or the fact that he's going to be asking for $25 million a year next year, but nonetheless, much better recently. Fan live. Plus 338. See, like, Kuzmenko makes $5.5 million and Talkit like had this guy in the press box. Oh, yo. We gotta ban this troll Ryan Covert in the chat. I genuinely think the Leafs have a shot at the cup if Marner's dad coaches. I can't do this, man. I can't do that. Dude, that's the craziest. Mig, reports indicating he wants Ohtani money as per Paul Marner. Yeah, Marner's camp releasing, he's looking for $70 million per year. Can go. Tavares firing a fucking pillow from 5 feet above the top of the circle is such an indictment on his legs because he doesn't have the ability to skate into the goddamn zone. This guy skates with cement in his boots. It's like he's got a goddamn piano on his back every time he's lugging up and down the ice. Look at him out there. That's me after I haven't played men's league hockey in 6 months, run 10 kilometers, and then decide to go on the ice for the first time. He looks like he ate 2 pounds of fettuccine Alfredo And not only is so heavy, but he's also trying not to shit himself. Domi, cross check. Van PP. I'm going to charge this phone. John Timberland boots Tavares. Where are these headphones at? There we go. We're fine. What is this in the corner? Uh-huh. Dive. Mig. Tavares been on that Portuguese chicken ever since he moved back in with his grandma. See a JT Brody race? Okay. Listen to this. I had this suggested to me the other day. I know he watches sometimes. I don't know if he's watching right now. Leach, my buddy, messaged me these line suggestions. I want to know what you guys think. Okay? First line, you go back. Matthew Nyes up there on the first line left wing. Matthews at center. Nylander right wing. Second line, Bertuzzi, Domi, Marner. The reason because of this, connection to when they played together, connection when they played together in London. They looked pretty good the other night together when Keefe was moving things around and had them there. Domi a playmaker, Marner a playmaker, but they can also both score, not at a crazy clip, but like Domi could score 20, 25. Marner can score 30, 40. Bertuzzi on there, he can just be like, go win battles, get the puck back, piss people off, also be a piss people off guy alongside Domi, and then go to the front of the net. Third line, Gregor, Tavares, Yarncroke. Tavares just is not what he used to be. You need to admit that. We need to come to that realization. You put him with Gregor and Yarncroke, that's two insanely speedy guys. Yarncroke is pretty responsible defensively. Keefe trusts him. It also shakes up your depth and moves guys around, makes it a little bit more difficult to like defend with those guys going 1 through 3. You've now spread out some of that talent across your lineup. Now your fourth line, there you go. Canucks bingo. Holmberg, Kampf, McMahon. I don't know how this one went in on Jones. I think it might have got tipped, but I got to see this again. Also, is there Toronto Marlies logos on Jones's helmet? It hits or doesn't hit. It's a pass. That's not on Jones. That's not on Jones. That's got to be Gio winning that battle. Net front. It's definitely not a kick. What a team. That's not a kick, Phenom. Definitely not a kick. Our men, what are you yapping about Nyes and Domi there? They weren't even on the ice. It was a penalty kill with Yarncroke and Nylander. What can we possibly be complaining about Nyes and Domi? What is going on? How is this an issue? How are we complaining about Nyes and Domi who weren't on the fucking ice there? Yeah, Domi got the penalty, but like, He's in a battle. Everyone here in the chat comes in and is like, dive, dive, dive. And then it's like, Nice and Domi fucking stink. My God. GT. Mig, Zach, do you think Tree is buying or selling this deadline? I talked about it a little bit earlier. My thoughts on it are more that you don't do either. Florida didn't make a single trade at the deadline last year, and I think that that's kind of how you have to approach this. Like, this team did not deserve to have additions here. They didn't deserve for management and this organization to give up on future assets, on picks, on prospects, like that kind of stuff. Like, you weren't good enough. So don't go crazy adding guys. And then in terms of selling, like, no, you can't be a seller when you've got Matthews, Marner, Nylander here, especially when you're going to go into next year where Nylander's also going to be $11 million and you're going to have all four of them coming in, hitting you at that. Like, it's going to be crazy from that standpoint. So, no. Oh, my God. Leafs penalty coming here, too, again. Dude. But I think that what you do is get rid of some of these expiring contracts that you can. See if you can recoup anything. Like, can you get rid of... Dear God. Can you get rid of Brody and get assets back? Is there someone who thinks they can use him? Benoit just running JT Miller. Is there someone who thinks that they could use him? Someone who might want to use him lower down in the lineup or whatever. Maybe you try to get rid of some of those. Gio, can you get rid of him? Outside of that, like, I don't think you really do anything. You just let it ride with this team. This team is so six four Vancouver here. They're going to score on this power play. 7-4. Everyone calls it game. And then the Leafs make a push and lose 7-6. We got some senior citizens on this team. Yeah. Wait, why did Jones play that? I don't think that Miller was beating... unless the... Whenever you can have every guy on your penalty kill above your own hash marks in your own zone, you just have to. You just got to do it, right? Why would you not send every penalty killer above your own fucking hash marks in your own zone when Elias Pettersson is wheeling around behind the net? Why wouldn't you do that? Fucking dumb team, truly. What a fraudulent organization, fraudulent team. Wants to tell everyone they're contenders. You are not. You are frauds. Your coach is a fraud. Your president's a fraud. Your superstars are frauds. This is a fraud team. Joke. Don't even bother trying to come back here. You know, fucking do something, Marner. You fucking soft ass bitch. You fucking watch the guy get thrown down. You're losing 6-4. You got no fucking stones. None. No fucking balls. That's what this team is built on. These cowards out there making $11 million, $10.93 million, $13 million who won't do fucking dick. They are scared shitless every time something like that happens. And it starts with them. That's why they don't come back. That's why they won't win in the playoffs. That's why they fucking crumble away these leads in the regular season. They are a gutless, spineless team led by these fucks making all that money who are, all the stones that they have is when they go into the GM's office to fight for all the money they could possibly get. They got nothing outside of that. They're the toughest that they are when it comes to money, wearing their suits. Fuck off. You want to be hockey players? You want to win Stanley Cups? You want to be fucking the greatest team in Toronto history? You want to be gods? You want to have statues outside? Have some goddamn balls. This team is a bunch of pussies. And it's shit like that right there that proves to everybody why you will never win anything. You are a coward, fraudulent group. All these guys care about is money. Money in their pockets, fucking shitty suits to wear into the rink that are getting thrown up on your Instagram stories after. That's it. That's all these guys care about. There's nothing else outside of that. These guys are frauds. Frauds. You're never winning anything here. Fraudulent group. Fraudulent group. It's so hard to cheer for a team like this when you got no balls. Like, fucking jump in there. You got Pontus Holmberg that you're I don't even want to say what I think, but you got Pontus Holmberg getting smoked in the face. He's down. Zadorov's just whatever. It's not like he's doing anything menacing, but he's just like standing over him. Like, grab somebody. No, you don't even got to fight. Grab somebody. Just go in there. Be like, yeah, I'm not a bitch. Mig, relax. The gritty's coming. Maybe, probably. God, what a team. That coach on the Canucks, his nose is a mess. Oh my God. If you guys are watching right now, you like the rant, you like the stream so far, consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 2,000 here now. We had 1,000 recently. 2,000 is the next mark. Like the stream as well. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everyone showing up. Let's hit the like button. It's that easy. 2 seconds. Jacob, where do you watch the game? From the stew. Or if you're asking what platform, Rogers Ignite TV. Yeah. Confidence is a choice. Well, have some. No? Ah, man. It's just so hard to watch an unmotivated group like this. Talking as a man, Keefe is a boy. Look at the defense on Vancouver, man. Like, these guys are... I'm going to watch a shorthanded goal, aren't I? Oh, my God. It's also hilarious that Jake McCabe is net front on your power play. Like, oh my God. How is it that Vancouver on their penalty kill had as many chances as this fucking fraudulent ass fucking team? Oh my God. What a fucking sad, pathetic group that we have to watch on a nightly basis. Fuck this team. Just fucking pathetic. Oh. I agree, Meg. Pro's pro. Who fucking cares? Lifeless group, lifeless captain, lifeless leaders. $50 million fucking light it on fire. Fucking sad, pathetic group. Truly. At least he fought for that extra fucking $2 million to videotape his gritty down the aisle, that fuck. This is fraud, like fraudulent, like. Pius Suter. Just finish this game. Get us out of here. Let's see. Leafs play tomorrow, Seattle, 9 p.m. Then you come home, you play at home to Winnipeg Wednesday. You got to think in that 2-day break, maybe you get a little firing. Sheldon Keefe, gone. New guy in here. Berube, get on the line. What an organization. Moody, 1986. Leafs have no speed or Vancouver is way faster. Leafs are definitely a little bit slower. I don't think Vancouver is way faster. The honest to God truth is that the honest I guess Chad. The honest truth is that these guys just don't care. They just don't care. Ripping their Louis V purses in, like fucking Dak Prescott, LV, ooh, Vegas purses, shut up. Shoulder bags, green suits. These guys just don't care, man. They want their money. They want to gritty down the aisle at their wedding, and then they want to fuck off. They don't care. Vancouver cares. They give a fuck. They got Rick Tocchet behind the bench, who will cut your balls off if you make soft ass plays, if you don't forecheck, if you don't finish checks. And then you got Sheldon Keefe, who's holding hands and bubble wrapping guys like Mitch Marner. You're making $11 million. That's the problem. These guys just don't give a fuck. Like, Marner's been a lot better lately. He just doesn't... Lines, blender again. Like, we got Domi with Marner and Matthews here. That's fine, but, like, you got Holmberg there. You got Yarncroke there. You go back to Holmberg. You go back to Yarncroke. Now you got Domi up here. Like, what are we doing? They don't give a shit, Peter. Seven, 4. I said that's how this one's going to finish. 7-4. This team's going to have me doing the one chip challenge because they don't care. I'm going to be throwing up on camera, on live stream, sweating my nuts off because these guys just don't care. I think Matthew's got a bump since then. You just get it, like, just get out of this game. Don't give us some fake ass comeback. Get out of here. Get Keefe out. Then we reevaluate. Just missing the puck. Oh my God. 3.5. Matthews. Christ. Matthews is literally the only shot. Nylander too, I guess. Is JT on his ass every single time he goes out on the ice? Every time? Pretty gross, Matthews. Oh. What a team. 38 shots. You get 6 goals against on 21 shots. What a... Honestly, bring back the cap star. What are we going short side tit 5 feet away from the goal line down to 45 feet wide? Like, now you're back in your own zone. What a decision is that? What is that? Yo. What is going on here? Max, I guess so, man. Super chat here. Max, thanks for the super chat. Maxentius Decimus. Max says, Zach, do a big smile for me and hold it for 10 seconds. Max, come on, man. I can't. What is there to smile about here? I can't do that. Max. I think there was enough there, Max. Smile about the Leafs being a 500 team. There you go. 500. Let's just get out of this game. Move on from Keefe. Start fresh next year. We got another super chat here. Super chat from Zachary Pollock. Zach, thanks for the super chat. It's a weird way to spell Zach, though. It's more Zachary like that, I think, but I appreciate the super chat. Thanks for the support. Another super chat here. Max Antius Decimus, another super chat. Thank you. Max says, at least I got you to smile. Thanks, Max. Nice to see Billy showing up on shrooms there tonight. This is our year. Here comes the cup. Go Leafs, go. Your coach is getting... Another super chat here. You guys are idiots. Come on, guys. Why? Ryan Covart, thanks for the super chat. Show your feet on cam. There you go. That's the most you get. Fuck, get me out of this stream now. You guys are fucked. I don't want to read this chat. I don't want you guys getting any ideas from these guys. I don't want nothing. I'm going to ban them from this chat. 5 likes away from 50. You guys know what happens at 50 likes. 5 more likes. Dude, you got 2 Leafs cuddling each other in the slot. Yo. Oh my god. Tavares just getting ragdolled. Shocker. Shocker. Oh, man. Yo, we got super chats here. Yo, you guys are fucked. Super chat. Ryan Covart, socks off or it didn't happen. Oh, Myers just right to the back of Riley. No. I'm not putting feet on fucking camera right now. This is the most you get out of me. There you go. Double sock. Another super chat. Maxentius Decimus, thanks for the super chat. Max says, "We are effed. We are Leafs fans. What do you expect?" I guess. You guys are... What does this stream devolve to? Also, I think we're at 50 likes there. $50. Smelling salts. This is what a gong show of a stream. Yeah, hit the net, Matthews. All right. Oh. Well, look, just like the game against Edmonton the other day, it wasn't a bad game. You played awful for the first 20 minutes. Put yourself in a hole. You go down 3-0. You have to climb back from a 3-0 deficit 20 minutes in. Like, you fucked yourself from the beginning. you're not going to have success in the NHL. You're not going to be able to win games, win series, win best of sevens to actually have a chance at winning a Stanley Cup if you're just going to take periods off. Like, you can't expect to just be able to climb back all the time and just always be able to mount these comebacks. Like, not every team is the Montreal Canadiens, Anaheim Ducks, the Arizona Coyotes. You can't just mount comebacks against everyone all the time. You actually have to fucking show up from the beginning every now and then. It's great to put it together, these efforts where you're battling back late, you're never really out of it in these circumstances, but it's also like, maybe just show up and win the game. This Vancouver team has been incredible all season long. They let their foot off the gas a little bit. You get an opportunity to climb back in slightly, and then they just say, fuck this. Talkett reads them the riot act in the room, says, don't let them have a shot here. Don't let them come back in. And then they take it to you in the third period there again, at least just from like a pure hockey standpoint. Put up a lot of shots, have a decent push, but not good enough. This team's just not good enough. And reality is, what we saw from Mitch Marner there, where Holmberg gets hurt, what we saw from Tavares, where he gets ragdolled, this is who this team is. They're a group of pathetic, overpaid bums who are just here to make money. And I'm not talking about points-wise, goal-wise, whatever. From that standpoint, they're probably paid accordingly. I'm talking about the actual want and need to win. The want to win hockey games. The want to have success here. These guys just don't want it. These guys just don't care. And not only that, but these guys have no interest in showing some life when it comes to fighting back, sticking up for teammates, sticking up for yourself. They just don't. They just don't care. This is a sad, sad collection of players here. This is a sad team, and they're never going to win shit. I appreciate everyone who tuned into the stream here today. Pipe fitter till I die. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Unfortunately, this sad group has now put me in a position where I'm going to have to do the one chip challenge live on stream. If you want to see that, subscribe to the Edgework YouTube channel. It's coming this week. There's a high likelihood I die. Should be fun. Go subscribe. Thanks to everyone who tuned in here today. I appreciate all the support. If you haven't already while you're here, hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel, share this, tell people about it. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. This has been game number 44 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season, losing here tonight to the Vancouver Canucks 6-4. No surprise there. CD Corn said he was going to drown himself in chicken soup tonight. I'll drown myself in Oyster Bay and vodka sodas. Enjoy the fights. Enjoy the rest of the games. We see you guys back here tomorrow night after the game against the Seattle Kraken. Until then, Leafs fans, thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, keep Leafing.